What if one wrong investment cost you everything? Meet Jake, a 19-year-old college freshman who wanted to turn his small savings into a fortune overnight. Jake's story is a cautionary tale, a sobering glimpse into the volatile world of cryptocurrency and the lessons many young investors learn the hard way. It started like it often does: excitement, curiosity, and the dream of easy money. Jake had always been interested in finance, but traditional investing seemed slow. Stocks, bonds, too outdated, too boring. He wanted something different, something bold, and what could be bolder than crypto? This is the story of how Jake lost it all in the cryptocurrency crash that changed his life. It was 2021, and the headlines had everyone buzzing. Bitcoin had skyrocketed to over $60,000 per coin. Stories popped up everywhere about people who turned a few $100s into hundreds of thousands. Jake couldn't resist. This was his chance. Finally, here was something where numbers were growing exponentially, where average people were making millions overnight. Who wouldn't want a piece of that? Jake dove in headfirst. He spent hours reading crypto forums on Reddit, watching YouTube videos, and scrolling Twitter for hot tips from self-proclaimed experts. The language was new to him, but he caught on quickly. Mining, hashing, exchanges, it was all so exciting, like the Wild West of finance. And then came altcoins. You've heard of Bitcoin, right? It's the king of cryptocurrency, the original coin that started it all. But altcoins are something else entirely. They're the thousands of smaller cryptocurrencies created by developers hoping to mimic or improve on Bitcoin's technology. Some of these altcoins, like Ethereum, are well established with real-world applications. Others, not so much. They're cheap, they're risky, and when they hit big. For Jake, the allure of altcoins was irresistible. Bitcoin was too expensive, too slow to grow, but altcoins? They were penny stocks in the crypto world, often trading for fractions of a dollar. If one of them blew up, well, Jake had done the math. He could turn $1,000 into $100,000. All it took was picking the right coin to ride the wave. And that's exactly what Jake did. His research led him to a coin called LunarX, a flashy new altcoin trending online. Its founders talked about revolutionizing cloud computing, decentralizing AI, and creating a coin to rival Ethereum. It was flashy enough to grab Jake's attention, but cheap enough not to seem intimidating. LunarX was trading for a mere $0.05 per coin. He imagined what would happen if it just hit $1. He didn't need much convincing. He emptied his savings, just under $5,000, and went all in. For months, everything seemed perfect. LunarX gained traction. Its price rose steadily, hitting 10 cents and climbing toward 15 cents. It's happening, Jake thought. This is my moment. He tracked his app every few hours, energized by the green numbers that added value to his account. His modest savings had nearly doubled, ready to triple if LunarX kept its upward trajectory. His confidence soared. He even told his friends, "I'm going to be a millionaire by next year." But what Jake didn't know, and what many others didn't realize, is just how fickle the crypto market can be. Cryptocurrency values don't follow the same logic as traditional markets. Instead of being rooted in earnings reports, supply chains, or company performance, they're driven by speculation and sentiment. Online hype drives surges. Fear and rumors spark crashes. One tweet, one piece of bad news, one government regulation can send the entire system spiraling. And that's exactly what happened. In early 2022, the federal government announced plans to crack down on crypto regulation. Then came inflation concerns. Investors panicked. The market, already fragile, began to crumble. Bitcoin fell first, dragging Ethereum with it. Altcoins like LunarX were the next domino to fall, and when they did, they fell hard. Jake woke up one morning to chaos. LunarX had dropped overnight from 15 cents to 3 cents. Furious, he started Googling, reading forums, messaging people online. Some said to sell immediately to save what he could. Others swore the market would recover, but no one seemed entirely sure. Holding his breath, Jake decided to double down, convinced the crash was temporary. But it wasn't. Within days, LunarX was worth 1 cent. His $5,000 investment, now reduced to barely $300. And there was worse news ahead. LunarX's developers, those innovative minds promising to revolutionize the world, they abandoned the project. The website was gone. Their social media accounts vanished. Lunar X was a rug pull, a scam where developers pump up the value of a coin before cashing out and leaving investors empty-handed. Jake was crushed. He had nothing to show for his savings, no way to recover what he'd lost. He had hoped to fund his college education, maybe even buy a car, but now he could barely afford dinner with friends. Worse still, the guilt weighed heavily on his shoulders. This wasn't someone else's fault. There hadn't been anyone steering him toward bad advice. It was his decision, his mistake, and now his financial future was in jeopardy. What Jake experienced isn't unique. The cryptocurrency market has been a boom and bust cycle for years, but the recent crashes have been especially brutal. In 2022 alone, the crypto market lost over $1 trillion in value, wiping out bank accounts, retirement funds, and yes, young investors like Jake. Now, Jake spends his days rebuilding, working 2 part-time jobs and avoiding social media altogether. But the emotional toll is undeniable. He feels embarrassed, frustrated, even ashamed to talk about what happened. To him, the crash wasn't just financial, it was personal. It was the loss of trust in his own judgment, the deflation of his dream to make it big before 20. Still, Jake's story is not over. He isn't giving up. Instead, he sees this as a turning point to learn and grow. Jake has become more interested in how real investing works, not the promises of quick money, but the importance of diversification and patience. He started studying financial literacy, understanding that wealth doesn't come overnight. He's even considering going back to stocks, the boring stuff he once dismissed, hoping to build his portfolio slowly, steadily, and securely. But Jake can't do it alone. He needs guidance, advice, and encouragement from people who've been there, who've learned these lessons the hard way. And this is where you come in. How should Jake rebuild his finances? How can he recover emotionally and regain his confidence in investing? What lessons can you share to help him and others like him avoid the same mistakes? The world of cryptocurrency is exciting, but it's risky. And Jake's story reminds us of the importance of research, caution, and balance when making financial decisions. Share your thoughts in the comments below, because even though Jake lost it all, there's still hope for a brighter, wiser future. You too can tell your story. Reach out to us. You too can tell your story. Reach out to us.